Welcome to Velocicast episode 14. You know who I am, and I'm with the Velociraptor crew. Let's go.
I'm gay.
Wow, that was the laziest intro you've done as of yet.
I
I do not have a boner, surprisingly, because of that shitty intro.
Yeah, he didn't even introduce himself. Alright.
Okay, I think everyone knows who we are after 13 episodes.
But Devlin, I thought you had to stick to the script.
Alright, fine. I'm Devlin, co-host of Team Velociraptor, and I'm here with my main host and leader of it all, Jacob of Team Velociraptor, and a guest who's on our show because he has the time, Aaron.
Okay, so we were just 50 seconds ago talking about the members of our team, and Devlin quickly compared them to GameGrumps and the whole JonTron and Danny situation and Aaron. Now, I pay a lot of attention, probably way too much, to the Conspiracy Grumps subreddit.
Oh God, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this.
No, this is why I wanted you to
Jake, I do not know this, so would you please enlighten me on what it is?
God
Alright.
damn it.
So, basically, what Conspiracy Grumps is, well, their primary focus is to figure out why JonTron left GameGrumps. And they read a lot into basically every single thing that anyone incorporated with GameGrumps puts out. And they...
Can't we just agree to...
The Conspiracy Grumps basically have a really bad rep.
They do.
But, I hang out around Conspiracy Grumps a lot. I promise you, they're not as bad as they are made out in the YouTube comment section. But there are those people. But anyway.
Are we going in depth about this, or are we just gonna, talk about it and move on? Because that's what I want to do.
We're going to talk about it kind of and move on. Have you seen... Alright, it's really weird because a lot of the Conspiracy Grumps, I guess we can call this the Conspiracy Grumps Rapture, where recently John and Aaron, who are basically seen by the Conspiracy Grumps subreddit to have had some sort of a huge fight and eventually a falling out at some point for John to leave the show.
Some feud.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
They have a lot of proof because you have to read into it yourself.
Okay,
I'm not going to explain it.
Shut your tits, alright? They can have a lot of proof. This is the generation of... Literally, you could forge, Photoshop, and conjure any sort of lie and have any backwards ass plot, backstory, or quote unquote proof and call it legitimate. For example,
Devlin, you've never been to the subreddit. I know this for a fact now because there has been stuff where Aaron's dad came out and said on the main Grumps Reddit.
Oh, his dad.
That there's actually an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement between all of the people at JonTron and GameGrumps and the rest of Polaris.
How do we know this is the real dad and not just some jackass who lives in his bedroom and
Because you can check his profile.
Oh, you can make profiles, Jake. It's not hard.
Yes, in Reddit. You can make actual... Devlin, you can go to...
Jake, listen to me.
It's really not hard when you look at it, Devlin.
Jake, I can make a Facebook account and say I'm Barack Obama and post a bunch of random crap, and
and then they'll see that it was made just that day. That's how they know. No, this has been... you can go... Alright, everybody knows that Papa Raptor on the Reddit is Aaron's dad. He came out and said that there is an NDA between JonTron and GameGrumps,
I don't like
where
this.
they can basically not talk about the actual situation that's going on. Devlin, if you want proof, I can
It's like
give
the
you...
Chris Benoit murder-suicide in video games.
I can link you to all this stuff, but anyway, there's been like this Conspiracy Grumps Rapture, which I found really weird, where if you've been paying attention to social media or even...
Which he probably hasn't.
Shut up. I
even
do.
the GameGrumps channel at all, like, not really even as of recently, but they basically talk about John on the show again, and they've talked to each other over social media.
Well, that's good to know. It's good to know that they're still talking to one another. And John has even stated that he might even come back in the Ode to JonTron video. He doesn't know if he'll ever come back, but he stated he might come back. I don't know. Things fix themselves over time. Time heals all wounds. You can let go of feuds and become friends once again. I practically have lived through that numerous of times with theater and people that I just absolutely look at differently now, but I can respect them. I'm not going to name drop anybody, but Jake, I think you know who I'm talking about. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Depression, sad face, but I'm over it. Not really. I'm desperate.
Maybe. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what did it for me. That was the key word there. Okay, but it's weird because there's been like this rapture going on where like as soon as they started talking to each other and acknowledging each other again, like everybody in Conspiracy Grumps is starting to leave because they're like, oh, well, this is like all I basically needed. This is all I needed here. I'm gonna go now. And everybody's just leaving. It's really weird. Like, I guess they just wanted to know that, like, between them, they've, like, made up.
And here's the thing I want to say. I don't give two shits. I mean, I was very upset when John left. I really liked John more than Danny. And for a while, I just could not tolerate his stupid voice. But after a while, he kind of grew to me, and he started becoming funnier. And now when I look back at the old stuff, depending on what game they play, it was hit or miss if I liked John more than Danny. Because Danny is flat out amazing, and I like him a lot, and he makes me smile and makes me laugh. But John kind of got annoying in some of this stuff, like when he started to sing. I didn't like the singing.
It is really weird now how a lot of people have, like, actually... Because most of the fan base, well, I guess half of it, from, I guess, the beginning, have come from JonTron or Egoraptor's channels. And
Which both is... Well, Egoraptors has been very, unactive for a while. John still does his stuff, but it's losing its zing.
It's not often, but they do work on stuff all the time. It's not often that you see them actually put out anything, but anyway, because like most of the fan base has actually been around since John's departure from GameGrumps, and it's really weird, like how you can actually go back to a JonTron episode now and watch him do his thing with Aaron, and it like. You're like, man, I actually kind of like the stuff that they put out now. Like, I prefer the stuff that they put out now as opposed to this. Like, as if Danny is... I don't want to say a better addition, but I'm going to go ahead and say a better addition to
He's a healthy filler, and I'm glad he's on the show. Enough talk. I don't want to get in trouble with all this conspiracy-ness. So what I'm going to do... is I'm going to bash you, Jake. I'm going to bash you right now.
Oh, I love getting bashed.
All right, Aaron, keep your ears open, because this skinny little fucker does not masturbate, and
all right,
has stated...
Well, we really going to get into this. I will get into this with you.
Are you kidding me right now?
Okay, first off, it is absolutely normal for an adolescent to masturbate, but it is...
No!
Yeah, listen, Jake,
I masturbate like 4 times a day. Like, you don't even know.
I swear to God, it's like an infection. It's like a plague. Everyone does it. Even I can't remember the girl's name anyway, but who we used to talk to for a bit over Skype. Like, even she came out and said that she does it. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Girls even do it. Like, why?
Listen,
Like,
Jake, it
she
is
really wanted
it is something that everyone has to relieve once in their life, and you cannot tell me you don't get stiffies and have to relieve that.
No.
You have to have, unless you're asexual, which I'm coming to the conclusion you are.
He is.
Then you just gotta whack the lizard and make him explode once in a while.
No, you don't. Okay, because, alright, the original argument was that you do it because of pleasure.
Exactly. Pleasure and urges.
I could play video games and be a lot happier than wasting, like, a minimum of 5 minutes from my life.
But it's still a great experience, and a lot of people have done it. And
it stretches out your penis.
But it's the same experience every time.
Who gives a shit? So is smoking and drinking. But you know what?
That's why you have to use your imagination, Jake. Pretend that you're banging like some really hot anime girl that you just can't stop thinking about.
I don't even know if he likes anime girls.
He's fucking her.
Half the time he thinks he is a girl.
I don't even think he likes any girl. I think
no, the closest thing I come to that is I just make her my wallpaper and stare at her for the entire night.
I mean, Jake, are you, like, I'm coming to the conclusion, and we're gonna do this now, for the whole wide world, are you asexual?
No, I'm gay.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
That does not no, you're not.
And it doesn't end.
No, you're not, and if you were, I wouldn't be offended, but I know damn straight you're not gay. You can't laugh at me and think you can get away scot-free.
He's a gay and a happy man.
Listen. Listen to me. Jake. Right now, I want you to put your hands down your pants and pleasure yourself.
No. And just
never.
Jack off. Just like dilly-daddle with it, just like flicking around, you know.
You, sir,
nice
disgust me.
Why? Because I put my hands down my
You
pants?
make me want to puke.
That concludes this episode.